From the lights of the Palmetto State to the beaches of the First State, it's time to go trucking at the Monster Mile. It's a chilly afternoon in Dover, Delaware, as we welcome you to today's coverage of the NR2003 Loves American Truck Series, the Delaware Hockey Network 200. Live from the Dover International Speedway, once again, welcome everybody to today's Intercast on the North American Sim Racing Network. My name is Trey Wright, and it's 200 miles of high-speed, high-banked action in Dover on a chilly 51-degree afternoon. We're going to see a ton of grip on the track, which is going to lead to a ton of great racing. We saw some good racing at the Darlington Raceway earlier this week. Kyler Anderson won the ASC Diehard 200 in dominating fashion Tuesday night. Today, with the cold temperatures and a new soft compound from Hoosier, we're going to see a lot more passing and a lot more chaos at Dover this afternoon. Pretty much putting the monster in the Monster Mile here today. It's only 40 laps, so time is of the essence for these drivers. But like we've seen in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series, Turn 4 is going to be the calamity corner, especially right off of the start with everybody bunched 2 wide. We could see 3 and 4 wide here this afternoon, and it's going to be one whale of a show. With the short race, with the tire compound, and with a lot of grip on the track, we're going to see a great contest here this afternoon. It's not quite Tuesday night trucking here on the NESRN. It's more like a Saturday matinee madness. It's now time to bring Dover both the action and the noise. Let's go down trackside for the most famous words in motorsports to fire the engines for the Delaware Hockey Network 200.
Drivers, start your engines!
The engines roar to life here on the pit lane of the Monster Mile, and we're getting set for 200 miles here in Dover, Delaware. It's the big staple, Nathan Stapleton, sitting on the pole position in the Appalachian Motorsports number 59 Lenovo Silverado, number 67 Fram. Ford of Pedro Sabata will round out the front row here in Dover. The other entry for the Gerben Racing Team starting in 4th, that's Esteban Lasair. The boss man starting to the outside of the 99 of Alexander Rowe. Row number 3, Bryce Egan for Durrani Racing, and that number 78 machine starts to the inside of Michael Lewis to round out the first 6 starting spots here this afternoon. Taking a look at everybody, there's Rogel Dorn starting deep in the field in 32nd, and Kyler Anderson up in the 6th machine, just inside the top 20, starting in 20th on the grid here this afternoon. Stages just like on Tuesday, completing at laps 10 and 20. A pit stop at around lap 25, right at the end of stage number 2. Going to be a great race here this afternoon as a Chevy Silverado pace truck. We'll head down the pit lane here as Stapleton and Sabato will lead the field through the race's restart zone. Green flag is out and away. We're live for race 3 from Dover. And we've already got 3 wide coming through turns 3 and 4. Sabato gets shoved all the way. He gets into the outside wall just a little bit. Still 3 wide as Stapleton shooting out like a rocket right here off of the start. Here on lap number 2 of the event, we got 3 wide in the back, and then everybody on that inside lane starting to move northward. Matt Oskin stuck on the outside lane. He'll go the wrong direction in the 39 truck. Reggie Fogelman to the inside of him for 3 wide, but at the front end of the field, it's Stapleton who will lead the first 2 laps of the Delaware Hockey Network 200. Bryce Egan under the 99 of Alexander Rowe. Rowe looking for another good run of that 99 machine. Had a solid top 10 run at the Darlington Raceway 1 week ago. 3 wide off of the corner. A little bit of contact there between Jay McMichael and Carson Miller. And these guys are absolutely flogging it around the Dover International Speedway here. 3 wide as Oskin continues to fall back. He's got his teammate of Dylan Abrahamian to the inside of that number 29 truck. 3 wide as Alex Lozano will nearly go up into the outside wall off of the corner. Lucas Catano to the inside of him. And also moving backwards is the 64 truck of Esteban Lasair. Matt Lagasse trying to move north in the 34. 3 wide up in here. This is just inside the top 10. This is Nathan Ormond nearly going up the racetrack to make it 4 wide. Carlos Murphy will keep it 3 wide for now. And now Bryce Egan has got a little bit of a run on the back end of that 59. He'll get around the 99 truck. Russell Blaze up in the action here as well in the 88. Halfway home through stage number 1 already, and we might have maybe a 10-15 minute race here the way these trucks are racing. But again, we could also have a little bit of chaos here, and some drivers could get spun around. Stapleton, Egan, Rowe, Blaze, and McMichael, your top 5. Joseph Wood up in there in the 3 truck. A good race so far for Dodge Racing. Both of their entries inside of the top 10 here as we come here on lap number 8. Nathan Stapleton has led all 7 laps so far of the afternoon. Bryce Egan, third car in that inside lane to start things off between the first and second cars who started on the inside lane. Russell Blaze in 4th. 2 laps to go in stage number 1 as Stapleton will lead the field off turn number 4. But getting a good run off of the corner is Egan. Getting even better run off of the corner is the 99. Here comes Rowe to the inside of that M&M's Ford F-150. Chevy, Ford, Toyota, Dodge, all 4 manufacturers at the front end of the field right now. Russell Blaze thought about making it 3 wide off of the corner. Stapleton, we'll see 1 lap to go here in stage number 1, and we got a good battle for some stage points back in here. Again, with the truncated season, these stage points are going to mean everything here this afternoon, all season long. And Nathan Stapleton, as the caution flag has come out here on lap number 10. So Stapleton will lead them back to the caution flag. And stage number 1 will end under the yellow flag here. So trucks will race back. It looks like it was Matt Lagasse, Danny Fallington, and maybe the 2 Oskin Racing entries that were caught up in this mess. And now we're going to see the field come down the pit lane here on lap number 11. So 10 laps into the dance, everybody will make what could be their only pit stop of the afternoon. But again, we're only 11 laps in. These guys can do about maybe 25 to 27 laps. You see all the skid marks down on the inside, down the front straightaway, and we had a couple of trucks, I should say, going around here on the front stretch as we get a look at Nathan Stapleton's number 59 truck. I believe he will do a 4-tire pit stop, fill that gas tank full of octane racing fuel. And it will be 4 fresh Hoosier tires going all the way around that Lenovo number 59. Egan out and away. McMichael looks to get a couple of positions, and now a slow pit stop for the 59, and Bryce Egan will go to the point in the 78 truck. Chris Harvey up in here in the 40. Moving on up a little bit, moved up a couple of spots, but it's Bryce Egan who wins the race off of the pit lane. And it doesn't look like anybody has retired from the race just yet here. All 42 trucks pitting and are on the racetrack. As Bryce Egan wins the race off of the pit lane here. Stage number 1 ending under the caution flag. We'll take a look and see what happened to put us under the first caution of the afternoon here in the Delaware Hockey Network 200 at Dover. So we're going to follow along with the number 34 American Motorsports Ram of Matt Lagasse. Goes up into the outside retaining wall right at the Reese's restart zone, comes down into Cason Del Monte, and also going to get caught up in this accident is the 18 of Colin Jones, as well as the 4 of Danny Fallington. Those 3 trucks spinning all the way down to the inside. Jones down on the inside wall, Fallington nearly coming back up the track. And it looks like that was pretty much it. It doesn't look like that the 2 Oskin Motorsports trucks were involved in this accident. Just looks to be about a 3 or 4 truck incident to put us under the opening caution flag of the afternoon. Tough break for Lagasse in that number 34 machine. See what he is able to do here. Coming off of the restart, and same thing for Danny Fallington, who has not had a good start to the season in that 4 truck. We'll take another look at it. Following in real time with the 34 truck of Lagasse, collects the 18 and the 4 as he went off the front end of the 14. It's a lazy backward slide right into turn number 1. Looks like both he and everybody else is going to be able to get nice and orderly to the pit lane and will remain in the race. Nathan Stapleton won the race back to the caution flag. It was the 78 of Bryce Egan winning the race off the pit lane. We'll see what he's able to do on the restart here in the Delaware Hockey Network 200. Lights are off on the Chevy Silverado pace truck as we welcome you back here to the Dover International Speedway. Cleaning up caution number 1. Bryce Egan won the race off of the pit lane in that number 78 entry, and Nathan Stapleton down to the lowest he has been on the grid all afternoon long. It'll be 26 laps to go, and there will be 6 laps to go in stage number 2 already here at Dover. Pace truck is back down the pit lane. Egan is the control truck. It'll be Egan, Stapleton, McMichael, Blaze, and Harvey. Your top 5 going back through the gears here at Dover. Green flag back out in the air. 26 laps to go. And today's 200-miler, and already on these 4 fresh Hoosier tires, McMichael will shunt down to the inside lane of the 81. And he's got to run down to the inside of the 78. Here he goes down the back straightaway. He's got some help from the 88 of Russell Blaze, and Blaze thought about going low on the 81. He's right on the quarter panel. We'll shoot him up the racetrack, and here comes Blaze to the inside of that Sinclair Toyota. Blaze now trying to get a little bit of help here from the 24 truck. So now it is 5 laps to go, and stage number 2 had everything 1 lap early, and Blaze to the inside of the 81. McMichael holding tough on that outside lane, however. But he has no drafting help behind him. Now he's got a little bit of help. There is Blaze in the 88. He's got the 3, his teammate, right behind him. 2 dodges make that 3 dodges in the inside lane as Carlos Murphy will join the fray in the American Motorsports 0 entry. Blaze tracks up the racetrack. Does Joseph Wood go with him? He's going to go to the inside of his teammate. The owner of Dodge Racing to the inside of one of his entries. It's Blaze and Wood side by side here off of the turn 4. 2 to go in stage number 2. Egan trying to get back in the dance. He got Taylor Lay up in here in the 83. Orman will go to the Boondocks in the 24. Here comes Murphy to the inside of the 2 Dodge Racing entries. It is Rams running 1, 2, 3. Joseph Wood will lead them back here to the final lap in stage number 2. There's been some really good racing all afternoon long here at the Monster Mile. 3 wide, nearly 4 wide off of the corner. Here comes Corbin Wentz to the inside of these drivers in that 08 car. The 08 truck, I should say. He's going to get some stage points, but off of turns 3 and 4, stage number 2 will go to Joseph Wood in the 3 truck. Some contact in the back here, but everybody will remain on track. And that'll do it for the second stage of this afternoon's race. Fastest lap belonging to Dylan Abrahamian. A 21.073 second lap here, past the midway point in this afternoon's race. 21 down, 19 to go. Here at Dover, and Joseph Wood looking to shoot out like a rocket in that GoBowling.com number 3 truck. Corbin Wentz trying to get to the inside of the 88, but Blaze doing a really good job of playing defense for his team owner right now. But again, these trucks came down on lap number 11. Everybody made a pit stop on lap 11, and these trucks can do about 25 to 27 laps of fuel. So we might, if this race goes caution-free, which the way it's looking right now, I'm not sure if that's going to be the case, but if it goes caution-free, we're going to see some green flag pit stops, and we're going to see some fireworks for all of these drivers. How about Rogel Dorn in that 37 truck? Started 32nd on the grid, and as Carlos Murphy will go the wrong direction in the 0. Rogel Dorn has got the preferred line. He's on the inside right behind the 43 truck. It's Bruno Diacomo in the 43. Right in front of Rogel Dorn, Michael Lewis, J. McMichael back in here. Lucas Catano has made his way inside the top 5. right on the back end of Taylor Lay, right on the tailgate of that Sirius number 83, and Corbin Wentz has found his way to second in the Pets.com number 08 truck. 15 to go from the Monster Mile, and who is going to try and stretch their fuel, and does anybody try and come down the pit lane early here? And do we get another caution? Lauren Martinez to the inside of Tyler Ware. Caleb Rose marred in the back along with his Appalachia Motorsport teammate Nathan Stapleton. 4 wide off of the corner. Here we go. I'm not sure if this is going to work, boys. Here's Anderson, Davenport, and Abrahimi. Rather, that was Oskin down on the inside. Oskin gets into Carson Miller. They're down in the rest of the field, and that's the caution. 13 laps to go. Our second caution of the afternoon, and we saw that coming from a mile away. And there was no way in any world that 4 wide was going to work off of the corner. It is Miller and Oskin, the 2 primary trucks involved. And Joseph Wood will see his lead diminish there, but that is going to take away any chance of these drivers having to make green flag pit stops here this afternoon at Dover, and everybody is going to stay. I think we might be so close on fuel that a caution like that right here and right now might be just enough to make it to the end for these drivers. It's Carson Miller, Tyler Ware catching a piece in the 15. And of course, Samat Oskin in a very damaged number 39 Kodak Ford. Some trucks, not sure if they'll be caught on the tail end of the lead lap. No, it looks like they'll get back in line here based on where the caution flag came out. Ware will come down the pit lane, and he'll get some repairs in that Home Depot number 15. But with less, we're going to get a restart here with less than 10 laps to go. And it's going to be a really, really good one here from the Dover International Speedway. Joseph Wood leads the way in the GoBowling.com number 3. See what these guys can do on the restart, but first we'll take a look and see what happened to put us under the caution flag for the second time this afternoon here at the Monster Mile in Dover. So this was very similar to what we saw on lap number 10 of the event, and we're going 4 wide off of the corner at Dover. That is not going to work. Kyler Anderson, Tuesday night's winner, gets pinched by the 39 and the 98. All 3 of those trucks end up hard into the inside wall. Anderson and Davenport are going to be able to drive away nice and orderly. Davenport nearly clipping the 59 of Stapleton. But Samat Oskin going to go back up the racetrack, and nowhere to go for Carson Miller. Gets his clock cleaned by the Kodak number 39 truck. Into the outside wall goes those 2 drivers, and nowhere to go for Tyler Ware in the 15 either. He's going to T-bone the 39 right in the driver's side door. Dylan Abrahimian able to get by his stricken team owner in the 39 truck. Only a handful of trucks involved in this, but this is our second caution of the afternoon, and this does set the new record for the Loves American Truck Series, the amount of cautions we've seen here in a single race in the 3-race history for the lat so far. Well, really 2.5, I should say. But nonetheless, under our second caution flag of the afternoon, multi-truck accident off of turn 4, number 4 once again. We'll get another look at it here. Another look in real time as the field goes 4 wide off for the corner. Davenport's able to save it. Same thing cannot be said for Samat Oskin as he plows that 39 truck hard into the outside wall. Ware will hit him, and that is what will end up bringing out the second caution of the afternoon here at Dover. 3 trucks heavily getting involved in this accident. 5 trucks were involved in total, including the 98 and the 6. And Joseph Wood led the field back to the caution flag. We'll get the race restarted with about 10 laps to go in this one. Nobody pitting just yet. See what these guys will do on the restart here late in the Delaware Hockey Network 200 from Dover. Back here at Dover, cleaning up caution number 2 of this afternoon's race. About to go back to the green flag with 9 laps to go here at the Monster Mile. Joseph Wood continues to lead for the Dodge Racing number 3 entry. Corbin Wentz is second. Russell Blaze rounds out the podium. Taylor Lay in 4th, and Chris Harvey the top 5. Coming around to what could be the final restart in this afternoon's race. Pace truck is down the pit lane here at Dover. Wood, the control truck, lead them around to the Reese's restart zone. Green flag back out and away with 9 laps to go here at Dover this afternoon. And buckle up, batten down the hatches. This is going to be a great finish as Wentz right on the tailgate of the 3. Here he comes to the inside. Trying to put that Pets.com forward in victory lane for the first time this season, but a really good run off of the corner for Wood. It's got Blaze to the outside. Lay is back in here, and a ton of first-time drivers at the front end of the pack right now, all jockeying for their first win here on the North American Sim Racing Network. Blaze going to fall back a little bit on the outside lane. 3 wide off of the corner. Diacomo and Dorn in the mix as well. Now 3 wide for second as Lay will make things interesting right on the quarter panel of that 08. 7 laps to go, and Joseph Wood trying to drive that truck like he stole it. However, you've got the 08. Right now, about 5 car lengths off the tail end of that number 3 truck. Blaze rocketing around on the outside. Catano is in the mix, same thing with Dorn. 6 laps to go, and the battle for second is on right now, and all might be over but the crying for the race lead, unless we get a caution here in the next couple of moments, which we very well could. And again, Tyler Ware down the pit lane. Here comes Blaze to the inside of the 08 truck. Now Blaze looking to take second away from Corbin Wentz with 5 laps to go here at Dover. McMichael trying to get to the inside of the 83 truck, and Ware is coming back out of the pit area right in front of the leaders. This could get a little bit dicey as he transitions back up to the pack. 4 laps to go. He's able to get back up to speed here. And now Dodge Racing running 1-2. Here comes McMichael to the inside of Corbin Wentz. Wentz now on the outside lane, hemorrhaging spots in the Pets.com F-150. McMichael up to 3rd. Here's Catano. Here is Dorn. 3 wide off of the corner. Might get 4 wide here. 3 laps to go, and Dodge Racing running 1-2. Now does Blaze have enough time to try and catch up to that 3 truck? Do we get a caution here with everybody still jockeying for positions on top of one another? Oh, and now the 3 is going to have to come down the pit lane. Joseph Wood could not make it to the end. Wood is going to have to pit with 2 laps to go, and these drivers could not stretch it. Blaze now your race leader. Can he make it to the end? And the Monster Mile being the monster when it comes to fuel strategy, Blaze able to rocket around turns 3 and 4. Does anybody else come down the pit lane? They don't. White flag is in the air. One more time around. Kasumi Takashi is down the pit lane. Blaze with a lap and a half to go. Off of turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Can he make it to the end? He's on the outside lane. He's going to catch up to Lagacy, and off of turns 3 and 4, he's going to stretch it to the end. Russell Blaze wins a wild one here at Dover. Heartbreak for the Dodge Racing owner of Joseph Wood, who could not get enough gas to make it to the end. But they'll still get the job done with the 88 of Russell Blaze and that Interstate Batteries entry. Stretching enough octane race fuel to the end. We thought that everybody could make it. They could not. Kasumi Takashi, Joseph Wood, Matt Lagacy, and Carson Miller. The 2 trucks that could not make it to the end of the race. And what a job there for Russell Blaze, was playing blocker for his team owner for pretty much the entirety of the race, and we had a stack up in the back by the looks of it, with Joseph Wood and Carson Miller. But Russell Blaze gets the job done here at Dover. Jay McMichael will finish second. Lucas Catano comes out of nowhere in the 11 truck to finish in third. Taylor Lay and Bryce Egan, a good recovery for Egan, will round out the top 5. Igor Barreto, Rogel Dorn, Bruno Diacomo, Michael Lewis, and Corbin Wentz will round out the top 10. All 42 trucks finished the race. 37 were on the lead lap. Tyler Ware was the only one that was multiple laps down in this event. And a wild one here. The most cautions we have had in a Lats race just yet, with 2 cautions for 8 laps under the caution flag here this afternoon. But a great finish and a great race there as Russell Blaze gets the job done for Dodge Racing, Interstate Batteries, and Dodge, getting their second win in a row. They won with Kyler Anderson earlier this week, and now they'll win with Russell Blaze. Chevrolet and Toyota still looking for their first wins as teams, but this is a Dodge and Ford heavy field here this season, so we're going to see a lot of Dodge and Ford teams dominating the Chevrolets and Toyota teams. Not going to be able to really dominate like they have over on the Mission Barbecue Cup Series side of things, so those camps definitely need to try and get things going here right in the early stages of the season. We're already a fifth of the way through the 2025 season of the Love's American Truck Series. 3 races down, 12 to go, and we had a high banked mile track here this afternoon for a Saturday matinee of madness. We'll have another mile-long track of madness Tuesday night here, coming up in just a couple of days' time at the Hillside International Speedway. But that's going to do it here from Dover. Congratulations once again to Russell Blaze for winning the Delaware Hockey Network 200. It's back to Tuesday night trucking here in just a couple of days. Coverage live from the Hillside International Speedway for the Duncan 202 gets underway at 8 o'clock Eastern Time right here on the NESRN. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Here are your point standings after race number 3 of the 2025 Love's American Truck Series season. And from Dover, Delaware, on behalf of the North American Sim Racing Network, my name is Trey Wright. Have a great evening, folks. We'll see you Tuesday night up in Massachusetts.